Hello everyone, this is Bala Sahib Tarle. Today we are discussing here the waterfall model. The waterfall model, it is a process model, and this process model is a linear sequential model and is also known as classic life cycle model. In this model, there are so many phases as per the SDLC life cycle. According to this figure, we have easily understood the concept of waterfall model. Why the name suggests a waterfall model for this process model. Here, each activity conforms to its phase unidirectional, no way to back. Finish this phase before moving to the next. Because suppose here in this requirement phase, you have to complete all the requirement. Then and then you can go to the design. Everything is, you have to start a design, you have to again check. Do this requirement, everything is clear, then and then you have to design. If design is completed, then you have to go for the implementation. Before start the implementation or coding, all the design criteria means what types of coding, what types of architecture, what types of the flow diagram, everything you have to check diagrammatically, documentation point of view, everything you have to check here. Then and then go to the implementation. Then for you start the implementations. Before implementation, what types of review, what types of code testing, everything you have to planning, and then you have to implementation coding. Coding is over, you have to go for testing. Testing is alpha test, beta test, then black box test or white box test, acceptance testing, unit testing, model-wise testing, validation testing, verifications, everything, and then deploy the product. In deployment and maintenance, as the customer supports, then take the feedback from the customer, and then you have to deliver to the entire product. These are the complete scenario of waterfall model. Here, the waterfall model we have already discussed that this is a linear sequential model. According waterfall applies was first process model to be introduced and followed widely in software engineering to ensure the success of the project. In the waterfall approach, the whole process of a software development is divided into separate process phases. These phases of waterfall model is a requirement specification stage, software design, implementation, testing, and maintenance. All these phases are cascaded to each other so that second phase is started as and when the defined set of goals are achieved for first phase, and it is a sign off. So the name waterfall model. All the methods and processes undertaken in a waterfall model are more visible. The waterfall model here, analysis, then coding, start, then system requirement, software requirement, analysis, and then coding. Here, first you have to analyze, everything you have to analyze, and then start the coding. In coding, design details are implemented using appropriate programming languages. Then and then you can start the coding. Here, the waterfall model, all operations and everything shown here. Then software requirement, then program design, and then testing. These are the most important phases. There are 5 additional features that must be added to the basic approach to eliminating most of the development risk. First, program design comes first. Document the design, do it twice, plan and control and monitoring testing involve the customer. These are the 5 phases for the steps. Then these are the 5 for documents, system overview, design, database and procedures. Then allocate subroutine storage, describe operating procedures, allocate subroutine execution time. These are the program design come first. According you can also design waterfall. Then document design. Then all the documents from requirement, specification requirement, document for preliminary design, documents for testing, documents for coding, documents for code or final design, everything you have to specify. Testing documents, then deployment document or installation document. But all documents you have to design first. All the documentations part will come. Then do it twice in preliminary program design, analysis, program design, coding, testing and usage. These are you have to do twice because first you have to complete it, then you cannot go back as per the waterfall model suggested. Then plan and control, monitor, testing. You have to plan the testing point of view, usually course before the testing, test every logic path, autonomous and detached testing route, use product assurance techniques, test standards, procedure tools, configuration control, specification maintenance. All you have to check, plan and control and monitor the testing step. Then involve the customer. How to involve the customer in system requirement generation that time, then present software review that time also you have to involve the customer, then final software acceptance review that time also you have to involve, and program design you have also involve the customer, because the customer suggestions or customer view of product will be shown. If you have the customer are involved in these phases, the product is definitely good. Then no customer will be satisfied. That's why you have to involve the customers. Then 6 destination phases. These are the main phases for to develop the waterfall model based software. Where the waterfall model is considered harmful. In these early days, simple standalone applications, the waterfall model work well some host of polynomial methodologies, but it does not suit for the problem of the complex, risky and integrated project that IT has to deliver today. Most of today's projects have the high proportion of the reuse. Reusability concept today's scenario projects are used. The waterfall ideas of creating detailed set of requirements and then trying to find a package that fits it neither economically nor practical. That's why this is harmful. And today's the scenario the reusability concepts, then project is high risk projects. That's why no use of waterfall model. Instead of waterfall model, you have to use incremental model as well as RAD or agile models. This model is simple and easy to understand and use. It is easy to manage due to the rigidity of the model. Each phase has a specific delivery level and review process. In this model, phases are processed and completed one at a time. Phases do not overlap. First phase is complete, the requirement is complete, then you can for planning. Planning is complete, then you have to design. Design is complete, then for the coding. Coding is complete, testing, then deploy. These are the sequential manner. You do not overlap the phases. Waterfall model work well for smaller projects where the requirements are clearly defined and very well understood. When clearly defined means what is the requirement is a crystal clear requirement. Scheduling, everything is all are completed. Means what types programming language is required, what type of design is required, what type of testing required, what type of input and output, everything are crystal clear defined. Then and then you have to use the waterfall model. Some disadvantages of waterfall models. Once an application is in a testing stage, it is very difficult to go back and change something that was not well throughout in the concept stage. Means you have to, at the project as a testing stage, you cannot back or change your requirements. Means coding is over, testing started, you cannot change your requirements. No working software is produced until late during the life cycle. High amount of risk and uncertainty. Not a good model for complex and object-oriented projects. It is not good for complex project as well as object-oriented concepts. Because object-oriented is a platform independent. Higher inheritance or polymorphism is based on the characteristics of the object-oriented. Poor model for long and ongoing projects. Not suitable for the projects where the requirements are at the moderate to high risk of change. Not suitable for the projects where the requirements are moderate or changing, that is high risk. These are the disadvantages of waterfall model. When to use the waterfall model? The waterfall model we use only when the requirements are very well known. Clear, crystal clear requirement, and it is a fix. Production definition is also stable. Technology is understood. There is no ambiguous requirement. Ample resources with the required expertise are available freely. And the project is a short project, means the project development life cycle within a 3 to 4 months or maximum 6 months. That time you can use the waterfall model. In waterfall model, very less customer interaction is involved during the development of the product. Once the product is ready, then only it can be demonstrated to the end user. Once the product is developed and if any failure occurs, then the cost of fixing such issues are very high because we need to update everything from document till the logic. In today's world, waterfall model has been replaced by other models like iterative, RAD, agile, like that. These are the waterfall model constraint, or you can say when to use the waterfall model. There are some references of the waterfall model, and according to this waterfall model, we have the approach is actually not realistic and does not match with the real projects. And the waterfall model, it doesn't not incorporate the risk assessment. And according the waterfall model is a step-by-step, systematic, sequential approach, and customer gets the working version of the software too late when the customer is sometimes unsatisfied the requirement. This is the. Thank you for watching this video.